And the Japanese Grand Prix is go! Good reaction time, Oscar Piastri. Max Verstappen knew he was going to get a good time. He's squeezing him. Round the outside goes Lando Norris. Big crash, big contact in the middle. Side by side they go. Max Verstappen hangs on to the lead. Oscar Piastri is down to third. Up to second place goes Lando Norris, who was brave. There was a wheel bump in the middle of the racetrack there, and it's one of the Alpines heading backwards. There's damage for an Alfa Romeo, but Verstappen, Jolien, had to get his elbows out, and he maintained the lead.
Yeah, he did really well to do so, defending inside and outside. The two AlphaTauris side by side of Tsunoda going up the inside of Liam Lawson, who got him at the start. I don't know how Verstappen kept the lead there, with Norris charging on the outside and Piastri there on the inside.
Oh, it's very, very tight on the inside with the two AlphaTauris squeezing each other all the while. Are they going to make contact? Liam Lawson gets ahead. Car number 40 powers ahead of his teammate, so it's losing positions off the line. Yuki Tsunoda down 2 places to 11th.
Yeah, Lawson's got himself up into the top 10, and the safety car is out. Piastri on the inside almost goes onto the grass himself. There's the touch. Perez and Hamilton have a little touch. Then there's another one further back. Wow, that was big contact for Albon.
This is on board with Kevin Magnussen. Has his path blocked, and he's going to get a good view of the contact. That's amazing that Williams is still pointing in a straight line. That is Valtteri Bottas off the road.
Here's what happens to Bottas then around the outside. Oh, he gets a whack from Sargent.
Dive bomb move from George Russell on his teammate. Hamilton had to give him the space, and George Russell will have a smile a mile wide there because he's made the pass at the chicane, but Hamilton will not take that lying down. The two Mercedes not at the front of the field like they were last week. Over some debris goes George Russell there. Hamilton trying to retake 7th position. Russell thought about nibbling back, and Hamilton retakes the place. And there is Valtteri Bottas' day. He's gone out in the early part of the race today. Another late lunge. Oh, contact! Unbelievable! Round goes the Haas. Contact again for Perez.
Have a nose to the inside. He's coming from a long way back. He's nowhere near. Oh, it's really poor. It's really poor from Perez. That was a pretty poor-looking move.
And Sergio Perez has been told to retire the car. This is a hugely fast part of the racetrack as we plunge downhill, and you try to make the corner as wide as possible, try to sweep around the outside, and no room given. Both Mercedes off the road. They might not be at the very front of the field this week, but they're continuing to give us amazing entertainment.
Who do you want to fight here, each other or the others?
This needs to be another classic Red Bull stop. So many of the best pit stops this year have gone the way of this team, and he goes out. 3.3 is okay. That is the driver that he's worrying about on the exit of the corner, and they have played that to perfection once again. Really well timed and executed for Red Bull. Track position for Verstappen over Piastri as Hamilton comes in to get rid of those medium tyres. That is a wide moment for George Russell, and through goes Verstappen. So Russell not fighting it, even if he wanted to. It's another quick move. We're going through the right-hander, we're getting the spoon, and we move ahead. So Charles Leclerc ticking off the places nicely. And now we're looking at Carlos Sainz all over the back of his childhood hero. Fernando Alonso was the driver who started the Spanish love affair with Formula One, and he isn't going to be able to keep him behind for too much longer. There goes the Ferrari driver. The outside line will eventually turn into the inside line, and it will eventually turn into 7th place for Carlos Sainz.
And he'll have a run this time down towards the chicane. No DRS at this stage. Going to be right with him through 130R.
And Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130R. These two great side by side. And it's another great moment of brinkmanship. Alonso knowing there's nothing he could do to fight back.
I'm way quicker, I'm just in the dirty air. We're going to swap positions.
So Lando Norris finally takes 2nd position after asking for the team order for the swap very early on. Had to wait a couple of laps, but he's finally up to 2nd place. As Alonso gets ever closer, if he turns that into a traction race, that is going to turn into 9th position. Tsunoda at his home race doesn't want to give the place away. And once again, we're seeing plenty of racing at this part of the circuit today. Down the hill, the 220R, and then into the spoon curve, and position gained for Fernando Alonso, now in 9th place. Pressure on the pit crews as they make these stops. We were expecting two for the day at the start of the Grand Prix. One is pretty adventurous.
I guess we've been undercut, yeah?
Yes, confirmed.
Here comes the move for second position. It will be eventually. And this is going to be a tidy pass to the inside. It's only for third at the moment, but it will be P2 later on. This is a DRS zone now for Piastri. There's the inside defensive shape. And around the outside to take his place on the podium, and he will bolt. He will give it everything he's got now. The Australian driver up to third.
Leclerc closer this time. Russell has to defend it. Here we go.
Trying to go the long way round. That's what it looks like if you're trying to overtake it. The turn one. What great pictures. Crowd love that move.
We'll invert positions. Be careful of signs with it, DRS though.
Why don't we invert on the last lap? And he just keeps the DRS like last week. Unless he's fighting for a bigger result.
So it's an instruction, George. Let's swap positions.
And he's going to feather out the throttle. Does Hamilton take the place? Yes, he does, to the inside, and then he tries to jump back in. Russell listening to the team's instruction. And here's the chance, standing on the power as we go down the main straight. Russell needs that DRS. He's got the DRS, but he's also got Carlos Sainz tucked right underneath him. Russell's going to lose the position. Into turn one goes Carlos Sainz to take the place away and take sixth place. Max Verstappen comes out of the final corner for the final time. Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Red Bull are champions of the world for the sixth time. They take the constructors title for the second year in a row, the sixth time in team history.
Max, that was absolutely fantastic. That was 19.4 ahead of the rest of the field, and that wins us our sixth Constructors World Championship. So congratulations, and thank you very much. You were totally awesome and dominant this weekend.
Yeah, unbelievable, guys. You deserve that. What an unbelievable season we are having. You can all be very proud. Here at the track, back at the factory. Everyone, unbelievable.
A 13th Grand Prix win of the year, a 48th all-time for Max Verstappen, who's into the arms of his world champion team once again. His second win at Suzuka. And both times he's crossed the line to win this race, either he or the team have won the title. It's the team this year. The next time the 5 red lights go out for the sprint race in Qatar, Verstappen has his first chance to take the title. It lights up when you kiss the back of the trophy. Max Verstappen does as instructed, and it works perfectly.